Welcome everybody. Today we loading up the trike and hopefully the lowrider S onto this 12-foot trailer. So it's gonna be a little bit of a fun time, learning curve experience, and let's have some fun, shall we? One thing I will say is I'm having to load the trike on backwards, so that alone is always somewhat fun to get done. Come on. So let's see here. Got her in neutral. What the heck? Why is the battery showing to be almost dead? That's weird as hell. Because it was on the tender. I just took it off at the tender. Let's see what the tender's saying. Because that's awkward. Because it should be charged. Let's see what the heck's going on. Yeah, analyze the battery alright. Because something going on. And this is awkward because I just put this battery on last year. So rather have this issue now than later. Because I'm still at the house, as you can tell. So not exactly sure what's going on with the bike. It's weird. What's it saying it's at? May have got too damp. And I can't move forward with anything until this dang thing decides it wants to start. It's already at the 30%. I was just on it the other day, so I don't know what the deal is, unless it's just like I said, it just got too wet and too cold and it's not happy. It's weird. Because this is a lithium battery on this 19 Tri-Glide, and I haven't had any issues with it, so I don't know what the deal is. Well, somebody turned the dang thing on and left it on and it killed the battery, and the stupid charger thing didn't freaking charge it back up after it got freaking wet. So who knows? But I mean, we've got soaked the last few days. So I'm sitting up here in case you're wondering where I'm at. From the camera, I'm up inside the garage because I gotta get these other open up these new clamps, new tie downs. Is there a such thing as having too many tie downs? I really don't think there is such a thing. I mean, there might be, but I've never heard of it. Of there being too many. I mean, I'm sure it's probably a bit of a headache if you use a ton of them. But we're going to run these up to the trailer, get them set out for Stitch. Because Stitch is going to use these wide ones, so that way I know it's not going anywhere. And, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that battery. It's weird, to be honest, because I was just messing with the bike the other day, so not sure why it's dead. It's acted like it's dead. Unless something's got messed up on it, which hopefully not, but we'll find out here in just a few. But As soon as this thing gets about 60%, I'm going to turn around and just try to start it back up. Granted, it's got a lot of moisture built up around it from where it was cold this morning, raining. It was about 40 something degrees this morning, and it was raining like crazy, so everything in the condensation mode. I mean, it's heavily condensated, so not a bit surprised. In fact, it's actually still foggy up about a half a mile up the road from the house. Alright, 74%. That's one nice thing I do like about lithium batteries is they don't take forever to charge. They charge right on up. That's the nice thing about them. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the thing. Let's see if she'll actually start at 74%. Nope. She wants to be at 100, so okay. Actually, I want to try something else out. I actually want to get this done. You guys are sitting here trying to watch, and it's in the tour pack. Use the jump box. There's those wires, there's that, and there's that. Now the only other possible thing is, unless this lithium battery has pretty much crapped itself out already, and it shouldn't have. These days though, companies put out stuff all the dang time. They're this, they're that, and yet you can't get nothing built halfway decent anymore. It's always junk anymore. Huh. Weird. I don't get what the problem is. I'm starting to wonder if that battery's the lithium battery system's freaking messed up or something. The battery itself. Which is weird because it's been fine. So I don't know what the deal is. Didn't leave the key on. Ain't nothing turned on that I can tell. Ain't nothing on. So I don't know why it's got a problem. Because even the cigar switch and the thing in the tour pack ain't even on. So and it's not saying the lithium battery's got a problem because it analyzes it. So I don't know what's going on. So we might have to wait and come back live again later. I don't know. Because I can't put Stitch on first. I've got to put the trike on first. So it's going to be pretty fun. Oh, it was raining here earlier, Moto. Well, the thing is the lithium batteries, especially this one, if it's cold, it has issues. That's the one thing about lithium batteries a lot of people don't get is cold. They really don't like cold weather at all, Darren. Any lithium battery. Don't make a difference if it's on a car, a bike, battery packs. If they get cold, they don't like it. They got to be warmed up first. That's probably what the issue is the battery's cold still from where it was 20 and 30 degrees the last couple of days. It's still, I think the temperature was right about 58, 60 degrees right now. So I mean, it's warm for me, but then again, though I ride all winter long, so naturally 50 degrees is freaking hot. And of course the sun's out, but condensation and stuff on the bikes is kind of sort of making me figure that the bikes are actually cold still. So that's probably what the issue is with the batteries. It's just cold. So I'll just give it a couple of minutes, hang tight for a few, chit chat with everybody, because what's going to happen is I'm going to back the trike in, kind of sort of set it more to this side, so that way I can hopefully get stitched more in the middle of the trailer on the rear, because front tires are going to have to sit almost side by side. So I'm going to have fun with the front wheel chock too, because I'm going to have to figure out how to get the front wheel chock in far enough over and up to where I can get stitch loaded on and hopefully not upset the trailer too much weight wise, because trike's going to get parked over on this side, stitch is going to be to the middle or this side just a little bit, and the front tires are going to be meeting each other. So at least on this run, because all I've got is this trailer, didn't get the retirement check in yet, so I wasn't able to go shopping for an enclosed trailer to have for Daytona, but hopefully here by the end of next month though, when I get back, I'll be out shopping for an enclosed trailer, and then this one will be available for anybody that may possibly be needing a trailer, and it won't be that expensive at all. Definitely won't be what I paid for it, which was $2,000, I think it was. Yeah, it was like right around $2,000, maybe. Actually, I think it was a little bit more than $2,000. I think it was like $2,200, $2,300, something like that. But I'm gonna probably sell it for about $1,000. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's big enough. I mean, it's only a 12-footer. It's 6.5 by 12, I think is what it is. I think it's 6.5. Yeah, it's got to be 6.5 by 12, because I wanted to make sure there was enough of a gap on each side of the trike whenever I pulled it in. Because at the time when I bought this, all I had was the trike. So the theory was I was going to load the trike up, take it to rallies. But instead, I'd rather add to the rallies. So yeah, the trailer got bought, not really used, set up. I mean, put the non-slip paint on the boards. So, put lights along the side of the trailer, little Amazon cheapy lights. They work, they do the job, so that way I know where the trailer's at when I'm going down the road at night. And other people can see it too. Yep, that's the whole idea, darn. Is I'm looking at trying to make sure I get a 7x14 dual axle. This one's a single. And I'm gonna get a dual axle 7x14 enclosed. That way I can load both bikes in perfectly fine. Now I can actually have probably 3 bikes in the rear. In that trailer, actually, the trike and then 2 normal bikes behind it. And pretty much be able to use it to sleep in. But this is going to be the first one that I've actually, this is going to be the first time I've actually trailered to a rally, oddly enough. So I've only strapped down the trike a couple of times. It's been on a trailer because issues of it not wanting to run, and me having to take it to the dealer. So it's only been strapped down a couple of times. It has been strapped down once backwards, like what it's going to be today, but I had the bike cover sitting over it to try to protect the windshield. Today, once I get it loaded in, the next step I'm going to do after I get it tied down is I'm actually going to take the windshield off So therefore the wind when it's blowing across the back of the bike from the back going forward, it doesn't snap the windshield. So the windshield's going to have to get removed. So it's not that big of a deal. I got an actual tent for the bed of the truck. I'm actually going to try out this weekend, this Daytona rally. I'm actually going to try to sleep in it and see how it does. Should be all right. So I got a tent for the bed of the truck plus 2 3-inch foam bed pads that are 2 foot wide, so they'll sit perfectly fine. I think they're 2 or 3 foot wide, something like that. So they'll sit in between the wheel wells of the bed of the truck and should be comfortable. Kind of sort of like Cool Whip has. I don't know if his has the rain fly on it though. But yeah, he's got that set up though. He's got a, that's actually where I was when I had the issues with the rain fly and stuff up at Sturgis last year, and remembering what Cool Whip has with the tent that's in the bed of it that he uses in the bed of his truck, I was like, I think I'm gonna go with that setup if I trailer the bikes. And here we are, trailering the bike, and I got a bed tent to put in the bed of the truck. So we'll see how that works out this go around. So there'll be some videos about that. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with a free tent, now is there? Oh, let's see what the battery's at now. It's getting there, it's at 80%. So I think it charging is going to help warm it up. I'm going to wait till it tells it about 90-something%, 90-95%, and then I'll go ahead and fire up the trike, which shouldn't be but a couple more minutes. I'll be staying at the Cackleberry this year. Hopefully see Big Mike, not sure where Cool Whip's staying at. I don't even know if Cool Whip's coming down, actually, to be honest. I haven't really been on YouTube watching a lot of stuff lately. But I know Big Mike, one of Doc Harley's friends, he's coming down with a few people. I think Appleglide's supposed to be coming down. I know the Monkeys are going to be at the Cackleberry, same with Tom. So hopefully I'll see all of them. See Snake Venom there, Daniel. I'm trying to remember who all else said they were going. I don't know about Thumper or D, his ex. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say I know Vixen. I knew she was gonna be down because she's already done put up video. I remember running across her video where she's gonna be set up where she normally is at the Cackleberry. So yeah, I was gonna say because I remember she'd set up and showed them where she was already there. Adam's gonna be. He's already set up at the Speedway, so I'll see him. Hoping this year I get to see Sick Waglad and Melissa. Of course, I know I'll run into Bob and Tam, Bob and Tam at least a few times, I'm sure. Happens every year without failure. So, let's see where the bike's at now, because I want to get this done while it's still sunny out and nice. Oh, let's see, where are we at? Still at 80%. Come on, you stupid thing. I mean, I could probably take the seat off and then jump it if I wanted to. Let's see if it's showing 12 volts. It's showing 12.3. Yeah, it's the bike saying the temperature is 55 degrees. So. Ooh, forgot I gotta hold the button down. Alrighty. So 12.2, 12.1. It's just about there. So we'll give it a few more minutes and then we'll start it back up. Oh yeah, that you will. Depending, well, yeah, it's gonna be a further ride. Probably what, an extra 6 hours roughly, 7. Depending on where you're moving in Florida anyways. I would say Panama City area is probably about an extra 6-7 hours. So I know from where I'm at to St. Louis is 6 hours in Tennessee. And from here to the Florida line is 6 or 7 hours. So, yeah, you'll add about another 6-7 hours worth of riding time. Maybe a little more, depending on where you're moving to in Florida. But I got thin straps, got the Hardy straps, which so-so. I don't know exactly how I feel, but with the trike, I'm not really that concerned about whether they get loose to where the bike falls over. And that's the reason why I got the bigger, thicker straps for stitch, because definitely want to make sure they can actually hold the weight and actually don't move. Oh, okay. So, yeah, you're probably looking at about 8-9 hours. Hey, Carney, how's it going? But, because I got to thinking and got to realizing, don't think these scrawny little straps right here are going to hold stitch in place very well. They do a good enough job for the trike because, well, the trike's 3 wheels and it wants to bounce around. It can bounce around a little bit. It's not like it's really going to go too much per se. It's because I got those to go along with these, which are the Harley straps. The thing about these that I don't really like is the way how they're designed. Which, I mean, once you get them tight, they're not supposed to let loose, but let's all face it. We all know eventually they get to a point where they get bumped around enough that, yeah, they're going to loosen up a little bit. So I got a set of these for the trike as well to help make sure it stays down. But the blue ones are mostly to make sure it doesn't roll backwards and forth. Because I do put the emergency brake down on it once it's parked. Okay, where's that fighter at? I can hear him. Just can't see him. Oh, is that right, Carney? You gonna be over towards the tail, I take it? If I'm still riding, well, actually in about 2 months, we've got Mob and Suches. April 26th. Is it? Oh, great. Now I'm going to draw on a blank. Yeah, 26th to the 28th. That weekend. I believe it's the 26th, 28th. The 23rd to 26th. Something like that. It's right in those days, that weekend. And Drew from Rolling Throttle, it's the host of it. We're going to be staying at the Two Wheels Inns of Suches. And he actually asked me if I didn't mind, because I used to live literally 30 minutes from Suches. I used to live right there at it. So when I first started riding the bike, I was always over in that area. So he asked me if I wouldn't mind to map out some rides, gave me some areas that he wants me to try to incorporate and things that he wants me to incorporate us into doing for stops and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool, sure. So hopefully everyone that comes out to Mobbing Suches has a great time. And if the rides suck and you don't like the routes, you can blame me for it. Not Drew, not Rolling Throttle, but you can blame me because I'm the one that mapped out the rides and stuff, which one of the rides, I think it's Saturday. Yeah, Saturday's ride's going to be a little bit of a shorter run. It's going to be the Georgian North Dragon, which is better not, which people are calling it Dragon's Eyes. Some people have called it the Gauntlet. So, but what it boils down to is there's two loops. You got the Suches loop and the Brasstown loop? It's the other side's the other loop. But you got the Such loop and the other one that's connected by Blood Mountain. That brings up the bridge, so you actually got two loops that actually forms what looks like eyes. Hence the word, I guess the reason why they started naming it the Dragon's Eyes, if you do both loops. And if you're a hog member and you do the hog rides for the free coins, we will actually literally be 5-10 miles, I think, roughly, from the sign that you have to do to get the Georgia coin, because it's right up there at Vogel State Park. And the Thursday ride is going to be from Suches, Georgia, to Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and back around, back to Suches, Georgia, on the other side of the mountain, on the North Carolina side. So, and it's supposed to take 6 or 7 hours, I think it was what it mapped out to be in, time-wise. So, you got a little bit of time to spend at some stops and stuff. But it's going to be a long day, Thursday will be. And then Friday, we go from Suches to over towards Aska Road in Blue Ridge, hop over to LJ, go across Fort Mountain, which is 52, and depending on whether or not Drew wants to do it or not, we may come into the stop at Mountain Creek Harley Davidson, which is the home dealership for me, because it's about another 20 minutes from the route. If he doesn't want to go, or they decide whatever that whole ordeal just is, we'll once we come off of 52, we'll drop down 411, then go back up towards not Blairsville, Jasper, and then cut across to Dahlonega, Dawsonville, Dahlonega, and then come back up, loop back up and around the Suches. So Thursday and Friday is going to be a decently long ride. Saturdays, it's going to be a little bit of a shortened ride because we're actually going to hang out at a few places in Helen for Drew's birthday party. And then Sunday, everyone packs up and heads back to the house. So that's the whole deal with Mobbing Suches. And we're going to have fun, hang out. And I'm not sure what vendors are going to be there, but I'm sure Drew's working on a couple to be there. It's not going to be a bunch because he actually wants the vendors to be able to get out. Whoever the vendor sends has the ability to get out, ride with us, hang out with everybody, talk with everybody. Kind of sort of like what happened last year at Mobbing in June. With Mobbing the Mountains, we had Daytona Helmets come up. We had Brent from Sawicki Speed show up. And we went out riding and everything. And that's how I ended up with my Daytona Glide helmet. Was Mobbing the Mountains last summer in June. They were there, trailer load full of helmets, got to fill the C6s and stuff, and the only problem was the C6 just was fitting. It was just a bit too tight for my liking, and they didn't make a 3X in the C6s as of yet, but they're supposed to be doing them, I think, supposedly for Daytona. So hopefully I'll have my carbon fiber about maybe a pound and a half, 2 pound helmet maybe. I think it's about what they weigh, because you can't tell that you got them on. I mean, even my Glide's the light as can be. It'd be nice. If I do, I do. If I don't, oh well. I mean, I'm not one of those streamers / YouTubers that doesn't ride. I mean, it's obvious. I got 2 bikes, one of which has 98,000 miles on it. So to say that I don't ride, no. I ride the ever living tar out of them. Those that follow me, that knows me, like you, Darren, and a couple others, knows I ride the piss out of these dang things. Yeah, that's not good. One, yeah, I guess sitting out in the weather ain't done it a whole lot of good, even with the paint. But that's not an important spot though, so. But yeah, one of the boards seemed to be getting a little bit bad. Not sure why, because it was painted. Water probably got inside one of the cracks or something and just it ate it up. About willing to bet. But anyhow, let's go see what the bike's at so I can see if I can get this thing loaded up on here. Because let's face it, I'm not worried about if the bike stays clean or not. That's one reason why it doesn't bother me to have an open trailer. Because if I'm not trailering the bike, I'm riding it. So that means good possibility that alrighty, let's see. She's at 90%, so she should start. There we go. Motor's still sweating. Now the fun part. Come on. Yep. Looks like I'm just gonna have to push her. She doesn't want to cooperate today. I know what it is. She doesn't want to be trailered. She's like, no. Come on. And as you can tell, she fits pretty snug on here. But yeah, for those wondering about the reverse, it'll go up some, and it does help, but at the same time, you can't put a lot of, it won't go up real steep stuff. let's see how many miles she got on her now. As of right now, 99,174 miles is what's on the trike. I'm just letting the battery charge right now. Probably gonna have to put that peg up. Now, one thing I need to see. Sweet. I was trying to figure out how to put stitch in transport mode, so I had to read the book. Oh, imagine that. Actually, I had to read something. And, excuse me. And, I couldn't find nothing anywhere. And everybody's like, oh, you just hold both turn the bike on, hold both turn signals on at the same time, and you're done. Well, for the new Softails, that's not exactly the case. Because this is looking a bit sketch. I'm not gonna lie. This could be a little bit of an issue. Should be interesting though. Not gonna lie. Hopefully I don't drop Stitch. Stitch will get mad. Quite sure of it. Do this little back and forth with Stitch. Do the 30-point turnaround. I'm about that far. Huh. This can be interesting. And doing this alone, next to two bikes, sitting side by side, alone, isn't fun. Stay, Stitch. Don't move. Good, Stitch. So, if the Stitch won't go right here, I'm in trouble. Because I ain't got no more room. And the other thing I gotta do is put towel like that, and hopefully we can get Stitch in now. Well, folks, don't look like stitch and the trike's gonna make it. And the reason why is this trailer, I've got to have more room for stitch than what I've got. But I'm not giving up yet. Because lucky for me, we'll move this out of the way. And then try to kitty the truck a little bit more. That way I can try to come in at a slant for stitch. Okay. So yes, these tracks are a bit big and a bit heavy. Oh, quit. So I really don't want to get the trike too much closer to the back, because you can tell there's not big much of a gap there. Yeah, camera slid. Yeah, only about 1,300 pounds. They're light. But hopefully the battery will be. But I think now I might actually have it spread out enough to where might just have to figure out a way how to get the part of the problem was getting the stitch past the hole. Rather than stay on the trailer. Let's see what that gives us. People don't realize exactly how wide these bikes, how long these bikes are until you actually try to load them up on a small trailer. Just saying. Oof. I got enough to move it forward a little bit more. I think I might. The only thing that sucks about this wheel chock is where's my daughter when I need her? I think we got it. It's just trying to get this kickstand down and not drop stitch. How the hell with it? Because pushing stitch up and down is getting a bit heavy. The other thing I'll have to remember is where I got this at. Because otherwise I'll have this same fit when I go to put stitch in at the Cackleberry. Alright, stitch. Hopefully this is it. Come on. Be a good bike. Not liking that at all. So, can it be done? Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. I know stitch is starting to wear my arms out. And the problem is now is it's hitting the fairing up there. I may just forego the wheel chalk. Or possibly go buy one that's just a little arm and use it. Use this some other time, because honestly this chalk is part of the problem. It's preventing me from being able to get stitch in where I need to get stitch in at. But I'd like for stitch to be standing straight up and down, not sitting on the kickstand, but may not have a choice in that at all. Oh, come on, really? Now the kickstand don't want to go down. So that's why I don't want. And let's see here. Dang it. Need about another 2 inches. That's what she said. The problem is yeah, I think I went in a second. There we go. Yeah, Stitch is kicking my ass right now. I'm sure y'all are getting a kick out of this. I think it's the kickstand more than Stitch. think we got it. I think we might actually have it this time. Oh. Okay, why ain't this one going down? One thing I don't like is Stitch's tail light is actually being touched by the rear gate. It's in there. It's just a tight fit, like extremely tight. So I'm trying something here real quick. Get scissors. Who'd ever thought loading up bikes on a trailer would be this tough? You know? Whew! She a tight fit. How tight, you may ask? Yeah. Let me show y'all. Whoop, 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 whoop. Need to get to. Come on, give me the thing. There we go. No, I don't want the back. I want the front. That's how tight of a spot we got. I mean, they just about kissing. Put the rubber thing in right there. It's sitting right up on it. And the brake's actually up against the crash bar on the engine for the trike, but they both in there. So can you put a trike in a lowrider S on a 12-foot trailer? The answer is yes, and it will be extremely tight. And by extremely, I'm talking extremely. I mean, I could probably try, if I actually had help, probably could pick up the back end of Stitch, swing it over a little bit more, and it probably would be a lot easier and a lot not as tight, but at the same time not really, because that's the brake lever on Stitch is actually touching the crash bar. The only way I can possibly get that from happening is roll the trike back about another inches. True. So yeah, I might need to get my daughter, have her come out here to watch the back end of this so I can actually make sure I don't take out the back end of the trike, because yeah, it's real tight back there. So sorry about the face shot. I'm sure that's what y'all really wanted to see, an up close personal face shot. Just don't mind the yelling, because I gotta yell for the daughter. About half of that. Because I gotta give Stitch a little bit more room. The only way to do that is to let the bike go back a little bit. Is that good? Yeah, that's close enough. I don't really want to get it much closer. Alrighty. Yeah, see, if you look right here, the brake pedal, Stitch's brake pedal was actually touching them, was actually being pushed backwards. Thank you. And when I get done loading this and getting them tied down, I'm going to probably have you come out and move the car so I can pull the truck in right there. Just been trying to get the battery to charge up. Plus it was cold, so I think it was more cold than it being dead. Fixing to find out. Actually, the heck with it. I'll just put it on the tender once I get the truck built over there. Put the bike in transport mode. Key on. Off. Oh, what the fuck A2 is. Key on, that's on. Did I do it right? I think it's in transport mode. We'll find out. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just put the key on the bike. So I definitely don't need this one getting dead. But, as you can tell, yeah, it's a tight fit. Really, really tight fit. The fun part though is Stitch. because stitch is not in. Actually, if I can get stitch about an inch up the, there we go. I'll be more happy with that. It's better than the tail light being, and it's already got scratched, I think. No, it's just lettering. Good. But I know a lot of people say it's probably that it's best to put bikes on twos, usually in a wheel chock, but couldn't fit a wheel chock on here with the bike, with the trailer situation. Good Lord. Really, Evil? Youch. Yeah. Trying to move y'all a little bit to where I can actually see it. Yeah. So, the fun part begins, figuring out where to tie stitch off to, because, well, honestly, it's the first time actually trailering a normal bike. So, kind of sort of, I know Drew said to go up here, but I worry about the suspension, it being upside down, it getting messed up. Is it possible to actually go like right across where the cross member is on the frame? Tie it down that way? Or do I need to go across the top? I think we're just going to go across the top, triple tree, across the neck. Fun part is I'm actually taking a strap inner end through underneath in front of the trike. Ay, ay, ay. I'm so nervous. And I guess you could say I'm rightfully so. I gotta remember how to feed these stupid things because I keep forgetting. I never use tie downs enough to remember exactly which way they go to feed them in. But I do know you don't want them twisted. I do know that much. Because they become a pain in the butt. The thing I don't like is the fact that this belt might be a good use for this. Protect the paint. Getting marred up from this belt. Hopefully it stays put. Not exactly liking this. I didn't put no straps, no tie down anchors on the back this far back because, well, last one's right here. And I never intended, I should say, to have a second bike. And I don't like having everything pulled from one side to the other too either. I think this side needs an anchor point over here to where I can actually pull the bike back this way. And go across this rear member on the frame. Right in front of the rear tire. Now it's getting hot out here, folks. So yeah, I'm gonna say I think I can go ahead and strap down, tighten down the front, see if anybody said anything. I'm sure y'all have. Y'all probably going, what the heck's he doing? Oh, 3 straps for 2 wheels. Okay, well, I've got 2 down. One across the front neck, one across the rear frame, right in front of the tire, goes right over the top. So it's sitting between it and the tire. But the kickstand is down on stitch, so where the hell did the damn strap go? Oh shit. Not enough to freaking keep latching, evidently. So I've always been told they're gonna move, or they can move. So right now I got the front strap that goes across the top of the neck. It is cranked down. The kickstand's down on stitch because I can't use the wheel chock, so I had to use. So I went ahead and put the kickstand down. I've got the rear pulled that way, the front's pulled this way, and I'm gonna probably put another one up around the front cross beams to go underneath the neck to hopefully try to help make sure it stays put, because as we can see, definitely don't need either bike moving at all. Neither one of these needs to move. That'll be a bad day for me. it'll be a heartbreaking day if either one moves. Especially Stitch, because he's new. So, I mean, all the YouTube videos and stuff that I've watched about how to tie down trailers and bikes to trailers and such, they have had their play into how I strap things down. Because I know people say you don't want to push them, you don't want to collapse the suspension so much that it doesn't budge, and then you end up blowing the seal forks and all that other stuff, the seals and the forks and stuff, and I don't want that. So there's all that too. So yeah, been a bit worried about messing it up, to say the least. Because I know if either bike moves, especially Stitch, the trike I'm not too worried about. It's Stitch that I worry about the most because, well, it's not in a chalk. It's on the kickstand. Well, let me show you real quick, Carney. Show you how I got Stitch set up real quick. Maybe you might be able to see. Okay, that's my last anchor point right here. Of course, the front trike, that's the one tie down spot that I use, is right there. But the black strap goes right there underneath there, and the front strap is right up there. It runs right underneath here and then back around to there. And then there's the anchor points right here for Stitch. And as you can tell, it comes down right there, and yeah, I got play in it now. So, not exactly sure.
Are you just coming with me to go get her, or am I bringing her back?
Yeah, I'll go with you. Is it about time? Yeah. Oh. So, I want to get another one, but I'm also thinking, is it a good idea to put one right here across, like right here? Like right between there and here. Come down like right here. But anyhow, I've got to get going, and because I got to go pick up the granddaughter. So y'all stay safe, have fun, and stay tuned, because I'll probably do a little short video after I get it all strapped down. So see y'all later. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. And I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. Bye.